Greetings from South Korea. I am Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news-making headlines today. The U.S. Federal Reserve left interest rates unchanged at 3.5 to 3.75% on Wednesday, in what is likely to be Jerome Powell's final meeting as Fed chair. This marks the third consecutive rate hold this year, with the Fed citing mounting inflation pressure from rising global oil prices tied to the Middle East conflict, as well as growing economic uncertainty. The decision was the most divided since 1992, with 4 of the 12-member committee dissenting. The June meeting is expected to be led by nominee Kevin Warsh, whose nomination has advanced to the full Senate and is pending confirmation. U.S. President Donald Trump is weighing options to ease the global energy impact of a potential long-term blockade of Iran, as tensions in the region remain unresolved. According to a White House official on Wednesday, Trump met with major oil executives the day before to discuss ways to mitigate disruptions, as the United States continues efforts to pressure Tehran through a naval blockade targeting its oil exports. The blockade is aimed at forcing Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, a critical global shipping route. Speaking to reporters, Trump praised the operation and signaled it could remain in place for an extended period, and urged Iran to move quickly toward a deal. Korea posted a triple gain in March, with industrial output, retail sales, and facility investment all rising on month for the first time in 6 months. Data released Thursday by the Ministry of Data and Statistics showed industry production edged up 0.3% last month, marking the second consecutive month of increase. Industrial and manufacturing output both rose 0.3%, but semiconductors, which had been a key driver, saw a fall of around 8%. Refined petroleum products also dropped by about 6%, partly due to the impact of the Middle East conflict. Domestic demand showed signs of recovery, with services, retail sales, and facility investment all posting gains in the 1% range. Samsung Electronics reported an over 8-fold increase in first-quarter operating profits. The company on Thursday posted an operating profit of 57.23 trillion won, which is around $38.54 billion. That's an increase of 756% compared to the same period the previous year. Over 93% of Samsung's operating profit came from semiconductor sales. The consumer electronics and mobile division, which recently launched the Galaxy S26 series, posted a solid but comparatively modest 3 trillion won in operating profit. Samsung projected that the second half of the year carries risks, including global tariffs and geopolitical uncertainty. The company said it plans to maintain stable business operations by responding flexibly to changes in market conditions and strengthening the competitiveness of its high-value-added products. South Korea's Expanded Culture Day initiative is seeing a sharp rise in public participation. The Ministry of Sports, Culture and Tourism said on Thursday that in April, which was the first month of the program's weekly rollout, more than 4,700 cultural events were held at over 1,700 venues nationwide, a 5.7-fold increase in programs compared to March. This follows the government's recent decision to expand the Culture Day program from once a month to every Wednesday to improve public access to the arts. The ministry plans to sustain the momentum in May, with over 4,300 programs scheduled across the country. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.